Thank you, Congressman. Our country is at war. It's not the typical war where you shoot people. This is cyber war. And we have to recognize it, that this is international and domestic terrorism. We have to be able to train our people. We need, I've said this this morning on WABC radio, we need a West Point type situation to train our people with 5 years service afterwards, to train our people how to fight cyber war. That's the most important thing, because, you know, crude oil is going to go up $5 a barrel. The countries that produce, let's say, 7 million barrels, $5 a barrel times $7 or $70 or $5 difference, that's $350 million a day. That means those producers win, our consumers lose, and that is important. And domestic terrorism, what do I call domestic terrorism? People taking care of our politicians with international money that takes, that the Keystone Pipeline goes down, that's America, Canada, and the United States have 100 years worth of oil. Well, guess what? America loses. You know who wins? Because all that we're going to go down to the Gulf Coast to be refined by American workers, to go to refined gasoline from the Gulf Coast will go to Caribbean, Central America, South America, and now, you know who's going to do it? Russia and OPEC is going to get that business, and that's who's going to produce it. And the shutdown of, they're trying to, the governor of, Michigan, trying to shut down Line 5, that produces gasoline and crude oil going to the East Coast. What happens then? America loses. New York, East Coast loses. And what is it going to come down to? In the last 120 days, crude oil went from, $50 a barrel to 66 this morning? That is a tax on every American consumer. That is a tax. What is happening to our country? It is a concern. We have to get the pipeline going again within hopefully the next 3, 4, 5 days. Otherwise, the government we have to call upon our government to release some of the excess supplies that they have. But this cannot continue. I am concerned for our country. Everybody should be concerned for our country, because it's not only being able to shut down the pipeline. If they can shut down that pipeline, they can shut down banks, they can shut down our electricity, and everybody should be worried about that, and we have to beef up our ability to fight this.
Based on the pipeline being shut down, do you anticipate gas prices to go up? What advice would you give to the Americans?
Gas prices will go up. I mean, is there any doubt in anybody's head in this area? It's gone up from almost $2 a gallon 6 months ago, 5 months ago, to almost $3 a gallon now. And this is, don't forget, the world produces 80 million barrels a day. So if it goes up $5 a barrel, 80 million barrels times $5, how much is that a day? That is a lot of money. And who's going to end up paying? The consumer. All right? Everybody could say, well, taxes are going up. Well, how about the unrecognized taxes? The tax on the consumer by having prices rise.
What advice could you give to the driver out there, the American consumer?
Well, I would say yell, scream, and holler about it, because if nobody yells, screams, and hollers about it, be aware of what's going on. Our country is on attack. We're being attacked. It's a different kind of war. It's cyber war. It's not bullets.
Sir, I know you don't have a crystal ball, but specifically to follow up on your question, with this shutdown, yes, we've seen gas go up over the past 6, 7 months. Everybody's concerned about that. Going into the summer, people are vaccinated. They're beginning to drive again. Traffic, we're starting to see again. This specific pipeline being shut down for 4 days now. How much is gas going to go up if they shut down another week?
My estimate, 4 cents, at least 4 cents a gallon.
To what extent is the Petroleum Association protecting its resources against acts like this? Can you be specific?
Like I said, we got to get smarter. We have to have more technical people. We have to have technical people. Don't forget, if our companies are paying technical people $150,000 a year, Twitter and Facebook come around, and guess what? They pay them $500,000 a year.
Are you going to pay them that?
Who?
The Petroleum Association. We're outside.
I will urge the petroleum people to beef up their security. Yes, we have beefed up our security, and we have everything backed up. In other words, if you're smart, you know what you do? Whatever system you have on, you have it backed up someplace else. So if this system gets contaminated, then you have and you back it up every night, you're capable of going back on the next morning.
Mr. Catsimatidis,
Yes.
This summer, we always see gas prices go higher in the summer. How high do you think prices will go this summer?
That's just an opinion.
Right.
I think it's going to go higher, but because of this situation, it's going to go higher even more than it was anticipated. You know, it could go $3, $3.50, $3.25, $3.50.
Just an estimate.
Yeah, it's a tax on the American people. And what I said about domestic terrorism, they're trying to shut down the governor of, Michigan? Is trying to shut down Line 5, which again supplies crude oil to the East Coast. I mean, guys, at some point you say, you know what you say? Enough is enough, guys, the safest way to transport crude oil is not by rail car. It's not by truck. It's by pipeline. And, enough is enough. Look, this is America. We love America. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. We're Americans. We're all Americans, and we got to protect our soil. Congressman?
As you said, on what happened.
On this thing about bitcoins that we talked about, the problem is the criminals depend on bitcoins. There's no way to trace it, right, that we know about. So the money gets paid, and there's no traceable. So do we want criminals to run our banking systems, or do we want a fair and square situation where all consumers are not hurt by it? The other thing, I thought we learned our lesson. Where 90% of our antibiotics are produced by China. I'm not against the Chinese, but they are smart people. And guess what? They're smarter than us right now. You can't have 90% of the antibiotics, and we realize that, and we want to not bring back all 90, but let's at least bring back half of it. Well, the same thing with the car batteries. Guys, something smells. I grew up in a poor neighborhood in Harlem. I know when something smells. Prices will go up, and it's going to be a cost to the consumer, like we said. It's going to be a cost when you go to the gas station.
And it won't be just gas.
It's a
Analyze
cost.
everything.
The cost of transportation. Food prices. Procter & Gamble and the rest of those food companies have already announced a 3.5% increase this September. Food prices are going to go up. Airline tickets are going to go up. Gasoline prices are going to go up. Everything that gets transported by truck is going to go up. So what does that mean? That's a tax on every poor person in this city, in the country, every middle class person. I care about my employees. If I'm selling it for $2 a gallon, right, and it costs me $1.90, I'm making my 10 cents. But if it costs me $3 a gallon, I can't sell it for $2. Then my employees go out of business. So it's, we'll maintain the 10 cents, but it's 10 cents above what the world charges us. That sounds reasonable, right?
I hear you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for coming here today. And listen, we love America. I don't care, Democrats, Republicans, don't matter to me. We love America. Let's all stay together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.